it could be, baby, stop. Take it easy. When you leave, I swear I can't breathe. Do you really care, baby? You are my fantasy, my only desire. Could take it as an angel, bituma na Cynthia, 'cause you make me fall in love, darling, darling. If you touch me one more time, I might lose my mind. Baby, it's too much here. Can we go slowly? 'Cause I can't take it. 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 Give me your attention. 'Cause you got my affection. Baby.
Share with the friends, guys.
Good temptation, touching us step by step on the beat. Touch your night hand in hand in the street. Sing it. You are my fantasy, my only desire. Could take it as an angel, bituma na Cynthia, 'cause you make me fall in love, darling, darling. If you touch me one more time, I might lose my mind. Baby, it's too much here. Can we go slowly? 'Cause I can't take it. 'Cause I can't take it. 'Cause I can't take it. I'm away, yo. Easy way, yo. Cause I can't take it. Cause I can't take it. Cause I can't take it. Cause I can't take it.
It's a beautiful day today.
I'm on ready. Blessings on blessings, you're calling blessings. These my blessings can all be touching. I know my level, my man, don't stress me. The puppy bless me, so I'm here to party. I want war, you're a zombie. I want body, I crawl, you're a zombie. Batting up, bring a jealous zombie. I got a party, people dancing, you're a zombie. Sanko, me, I want to wear like Paco. Waiter, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the paper. Waiter, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the paper. I said nobody, I want party. I want you to go down low. I want you to find it slow. Mama, you rock the show. I'm ready to spend some more. And I'm gonna, you know, sit down, I'm gonna. Check say no time for che-che. Man, I want you dance like you ready, don't care. And do the dance for the zombie set. It's me and you, mama, no more stress. I want to dance, I feel myself. I want war, yellow zombie. I want body, I pro, yellow zombie. Batting up, bring a yellow zombie. Got a party, people dancing, yellow zombie.
We don't go t-shirt face, all the children want a photo.
Yeah, yeah.
That do or die when they shake come around. You know, when no bless me, they papa bless me. Yes, why bless me? You cannot stop me. Your money can never go low. We say they have, but no heaven low. Papa, your man on papa. Ragaza, no remote in the star. I bless you first, go up, the transformer. My blessing full of respect.
I want war, yellow zombie. I want body, I pro, yellow zombie. Batting up, bring a yellow zombie. I got a party, people dancing, yellow zombie. I said nobody, I want party. I want you to go down low. I want you to wind it slow. Mama, you rock the show. I'm ready to spend some more. And I'm gonna, you know, sit down, I'm gonna. Wait down, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the paper. Wait down, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the paper.
Yes, beats.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Voice of SINOE in the diaspora with Doc for the Esoteric. We're coming to you live from Prosper Park, Pennsylvania, these United States of America. Please do me a big favor here before we get the show on the way. It's a beautiful show today. I guarantee you, as usual, we don't make it lazy on the Voice of SINOE. So what I want you to do first thing you have to do as you get on, I want you to hit the share button for me. That's the first thing I want you to do. Hit the share button. It's not difficult to do. The next thing that I want you to do is you can also follow the show on YouTube. All you have to do is just type in Madison Freeman, and we are right there live. And when you get there, there's a button, the red button that says subscribe. Just hit that subscribe button. And anytime we get on, you will get notification. All right, so that's all I want you to do. Just hit subscribe on YouTube, and you will follow us from there too. All right, and the beautiful thing of following us on YouTube is you can watch the show on your big screen TV, because you can just go there and nearly everybody has smart TV now, so you can just sit in your living room comfortably and just enjoy the show from your big screen. All right, so we're going to give you one more musical interlude from that, and we'll come back to start the show here. So let me get you this one, Arigizo.
Hi, right here.
Arigizo.
Master LC on the beat.
I need you to get low. To all about to get low. Don't run away to get low. I better well get low. The way you can do me, the way you can do me, the way you can do me, the way you can do me. Oh wow, oh wow, wow, oh wow. You get your star, I get my star. Oh wow, don't envy me for my star. Oh wow, running mortgage for my shine. Oh wow, I get all. Oh wow, what the hell? Now what the hell? What the hell?
All right. What is hurting you? Why hurting you? Just remember the people of Sino County, I'm not going to leave you. So you and myself with that together. All right. So again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Voice of Sino in the Diaspora with Doc Sayapo, the Esoteric. Wonderful day to be with you again. This is our second show since this new year. All right, so we want to have a beautiful show today, and like I said from the beginning, just hit the share button for me, and that's what I want you to do. All right, so you know what? Those that got on first, you got preference. You know, once you are here, that means you value the show. You could have been doing something different, but you decided to join Voice of Sino. And so I like to recognize you in a special way. All right. So by that, I'll be calling your names. You know, everybody likes to hear their name somewhere, at least doing good things. You know, so being with me is a good thing for me. So, hey, Geraldine Verdier, how are you? Welcome aboard to the Voice of Sino. We have a brand new edition today. A lot of things on the agenda. Saturday as well, so you guys can just enjoy and sit on your couch and follow the show. Who else I'm seeing here? I'm seeing that's Zoma D Judu. How are you? Welcome aboard, baby. How you doing? My man here, Donald Riches, the great man. Donald Riches' birthday today, and we'll do a shout out to my brother. He's one of the loyal followers. He was once my special guest here, and I can't wait to bring the brother on again so we can have a little interaction on Sino County. All right, how you doing? Welcome aboard. That's our Queen Delaware Valley chapter. And others following, I'm not seeing all of you. So depending on the platform you are following the show, I'm not going to see you. All right. So that being said, let me give you the agenda. So the first thing you see with no normally do happy birthday greetings on the Voice of Sino. So that's what we are going to begin the show with today. The first thing. The next thing here, I would just do a shout out as well. Congratulations to my daughter, ELISE FREEMAN, for coming up first in her school for the second quarter. All right, so I'll do a shout out to my daughter, special shout out. And I'll also talk about the demise of Honorable Johnny T. Clark, a former development superintendent of Sino County. All right, if you don't know, that's the father of President Francis Clark Myers of Delaware Valley chapter. Next on our agenda, I think, but now some of you know this as well. I call the veteran talk show host Larry King dies at age 87. All right, Larry King, if you in the talk show business, you're supposed to know who he was. One of the guys on CNN, Larry King. He dies today. I think, today. All right, next, what we have. Sorry, guys, let me see here what this thing keeps for. Give me a second. So, all right, so the next thing we'll be talking about as well on the platform, what I have for you. Hey, Alfred, welcome aboard, sir. How you doing? We will also be talking about the Wologizi boys decimated the Green Boys of Sino 2-0. All right, the Wologizi boys decimated the Green Boys of Sino 2-0. All right, we're going to talk about it shortly. And also, we're going to be talking about the Sino Youth Association, no further insight since July 2020. So we want to be poking into that on the show today. Also, for our talking point, we have what is the obligation of the government to the people and the people's obligation to the country? Yeah, that's a serious question that we're going to be esoterically dissecting. What is the obligation of the government to the people and the people's obligation to the country. Next for us today, we're going to also be looking at the spokesperson of legislative staffers, Charles Brown, embarrasses Senate Pro-Tem CHIE and his fellow legislative crooks. Yeah, it's a strong word, somebody would say. Yes, the spokesperson of the legislative staffers, Charles Brown, embarrasses Senate Pro-Tem CHIE and his fellow legislative crooks. All right, next we'll have Representative Thomas FALLAH'S bill to make public colleges and universities tuition free is in the right direction. All right, that's something that Voice of SINOE will be talking about today on the platform. And also we'll play some video here. University of Liberia students oppose hike in tuition or in fees. All right, and last one here, but not the least, a picture is worth 1,000 words. What is your interpretation of this image? And I will put the image out there shortly. So these are the things I will be talking about today on the platform. So before we get started, again, let's take this, let's do the birthday shout out first. And if you're out there celebrating your birthday, I'd like to say happy birthday to you. But I now want to put the images of people that I see. And so today I only saw one person. He's my friend, my man Donald Richards. Rich's birthday today. So comrade Richards in Louisville. We want to say, Voice of SINOE wants to say happy birthday to you. I understand you turn 25. You turn 25 today. That's great. You are growing, and so we wish you many more years, more knowledge. Smart young guy. We when he gets here on Voice of SINOE, it can be impressive interaction. You know, that's how you put it. You know, I don't take it easy. I mean, I do it diplomatically, but I go strong on my guests to answer the tough questions. So Donald Richards is one of the guys. He was here before. We had a lot of discussion things about SINOE County. We disagree on a lot of things, but we still respect each other. We're in our own Facebook. We discuss. He likes to write in sort of mimicking his example. So, comrade Richards, happy birthday to you. Wish you many more years. All right. So that's my man Richards right there. That's the only person I saw so far celebrating his birthday today. And then Geraldine say, good day, GS live from Southwest Philadelphia in the basement. These are in the basement. Just kidding. All right, thanks for following the show, Geraldine. Appreciate you. All right, now let me get to something else that I want to talk about. Just one person for the birthday shout out that we have. All right, so the next one here, let me get the scholar out here for us. The scholar. Let me get her image here. Very bright young lady. Yes, her name is ELISE Freeman. So I call congratulations to my scholastic daughter ELISE Debbie Freeman for coming first in your school for the second quarter. Okay, so the first quarter, second quarter, she topped the whole school. You know, so recently we had this Zoom call, you know, because of COVID, you can do physical parent-teacher interaction. So it's we do that virtually now. And so ELISE performed impressively in your school. The teachers, you know, what they were saying were quite, you know, any parent will want to hear that about their child. And so I just want to use the opportunity to say congratulations for getting an award. She got an award from her school as well. I think it was principal's list, you know, principal's list. She topped the whole school. Her school stopped, I think, 8th grade. And she was the first student in the whole school. She got all A's, you know. The teacher was asking, he was telling me I mean, is there something else beyond A, A plus and all of that? If they have something like that, they would have given her call. She can go beyond her job, performing her work. I mean, she does extraordinary job. So Elise, Dolly loves you. Mommy loves you. The whole family, grandma, grandpa, your sisters, to be sure, your siblings, they love you. We want to say congratulations. Keep on the good work. That's, Liberia has a lot of challenges, and our youth, our children, now, the current generation and the generation before us, I don't think we'll get the job done. We'll get the country to the level that it's supposed to be. But you, the young ones, based on the education that you acquired, who knows? It might make a significant difference in the lives of your fellow countrymen. All right, so we want to say a special congratulations from all of us, Elise, Auntie Audrey, everybody here, Grandma, Elise, not Elise, but Treasure, Prudence, everybody, the sisters in Liberia. We want to say congratulations. You're doing a wonderful job. All right. Let's see here. That's a scholar. I just wanted to show you some of the work, the brilliant work she's doing. Let's see, maybe I can show a sheet, a great sheet to you here. This is the award she got, principals list. Yeah, she's on the principal list. I don't know what that means that much though. Also that's a great sheet over there. You see all alpha. So called the ARRIES report card. All right, so just wanted to show you a little bit of what my daughter is doing there. She in the state of Arizona, and she turning her comrades, colleagues, just spinning their hairs. All right, so Mr. Milton should be welcome aboard. If you're just joining me, welcome aboard, guys. Zuma say, let's see here. Zoma, sorry, Zoma. Say congrats, my girl. Keep it up. Thank you. All right, let's get to something else here. I just wanted to get my daughter's stuff out of the way. Great job she's doing out there. Let me see the next one. Okay, before I go to that, let me do this one quickly. The next one here, you all but now should be in the know. The president of the Delaware Valley chapter, Madam Frances Myers, she lost her father. So we want to talk about Honorable Johnny Clark a little bit. So the demise of Honorable Johnny T. Clark, former development superintendent of Santa County. He died or passed away a few days ago in the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. If you want to be precise, in the city of a little suburban city called Collindale, and that's what this tragedy occurred. The members of the chapter of the Delaware chapter and some, I think, board members, we convened last night at the residence, the location where the mat, the wakekeeping, or if you like, the traditional ceremony is being held. I think tonight we'll be convening there tonight again to continue to offer words of condolences to the president. She's a wonderful lady. And so we want to talk about her father a little bit here. Let me show you some images here. Got some images here. Let me get to it. I'm a technical man at the same time. The presenter. So this is an image here for President Frances Myers and her father, deceased father. Honorable Clark was a great man. You see, there are fathers amongst fathers. And Mr. Johnny Clark is one of those fathers, or if you like, one of those leaders that left a palpable trademark in SINOE County. He left his footprints. He left a beautiful legacy in SINOE County in the lives of the people, and I dare say the nation at large. Now, in what capacities did he serve when he was a member of the human family? Well, we are not going to give you a holistic account, his biography or his resume. We want to give you a snippet. We're going to give you a tip of the iceberg of who Mr. Honorable Johnny Clark was. From my research, I was told he was former development superintendent of SINOE County, Republic of Liberia. That's a serious position. Development, he was a former development superintendent of SINOE County. And during his tenure in SINOE County, many structures were built. Many structures, talking about schools, medical facilities, recreational centers, and the list goes on. So he did a great job while he was in a capacity, whereas others, when they are given such opportunity, their job is to invest from the people. But the late Honorable Johnny Clark did the antithesis. He sees leadership as an opportunity to serve the people. And so he did that to the best of his ability as a development superintendent of SINOE County. After that, he was also a commissioner. And in that capacity, he performed superbly. I was also told that he served as an advisor. I think as the Minister of Internal Affairs, I stand to be corrected. He was also given several accolades in that capacity because of the great work he did. He came to the U.S. in the 2000s. The children fought for him, and he came here, and he has been here. Unfortunately, his stay on planet Earth was abbreviated a few days ago. And I was told he was 95 years old. So he lived well, 95 years old. I mean, those that are Christians, the deity in the biblical text, God, if you like, he gives a human being 3 score of 10, which is 70 years. And so about Honorable Johnny Clark hit 95 years. So he got double bonus. All right. So the biblical God was gracious to Mr. Honorable Johnny Clark. 95 years. And so he lived well. He lived well. And so we like to use the opportunity to say to the bereaved family have our condolences. May the distinguished soul of Honorable Johnny Clark rest in perennial peace in the bosom of our forefathers, our ancestors. You know, we, the African people, we respect the elders. We respect our tradition. Mr. Johnny Clark was also somebody who revered our tradition significantly. And so at 95 years, going to join our ancestors, I can tell you for sure our ancestors themselves are happy. 95 years. And so I just gave you a summary of who Mr. Johnny Clark was. But let me tell you a little bit what he did. You know, I think it was the president, the former president of Tanzania, Julius Nyerere, who said, you are never successful until your successor succeeds. And so with that mentality, Mr. Johnny Clark, he was successful as a leader. But he says, invoking the words of President Julius Nyerere, he says that I will not be successful until I recruit other people that will continue my legacy. In that vein, he decided to inculcate, he decided to endow his daughter, the president of the Delaware Valley chapter, Madame Frances Clark Myers. He decided to drill in her the qualities of a leader, those qualities that he used, that he implemented to make an impact in the lives of the people. So he decided to nurture his daughter. So he did so. When President Frances Clark Myers decided to, as a matter of fact, when the people came to her, petition her, when I should say, you know, as if you study leaders across history, they are all reluctant people. They usually, when people come to them, they hesitate. They don't say, you don't see a willing leader. From the beginning, they hesitate, and then later they will get on board, and then they put in their all. And so, like leaders before President Frances Clark Myers, when the people of the Delaware Valley chapter came to her to be the leader of this chapter, after the demise of Mother Agnes Marcel, or Marcel, if you like, and then Mr. David Cried served in the interim. And after Mr. David Cried had decided not to seek another term, the people that came and petitioned Madame Clark. So before she accepted to take on the leadership gobble, she had first consulted two people. Or she was a three. So the first person, you know, again, I have a lot of Christians or followers, if you like. So the Bible says 1 + 1 = 1, according to biblical math. And so Madame Myers, the first thing, she consulted her husband, and she got his endorsement. And then the next thing, she went to her parents, with special emphasis to her father, Honorable Johnny Clark, who served in various leadership capacities. And so she got the blessings of her mother, and she also went to the guru himself and called and said, Father, yeah, you said the people of the Sapo land, specifically of the Delaware Valley chapter. They have a leadership deficit right now. And now they are calling upon me to ascend the throne. You have served in many leadership capacities before. I want to seek your wisdom. What should I do? Should I do it? Or I should be just a regular member, or I should be a spectator? Now, the response of the late Honorable John Clark was profound. He said, daughter, you see, when the people come to you to serve them, you do not refuse. Because if you do that, when you refuse, there will come a time when you will need them. And that's when they want to show you their true color. So now that the people have come to you, don't let them down. Against that background, President Francis Myers often heard from the guru, her father, her mentor, her hero. And that's how she took on the leadership motto of the Delaware Valley chapter. So what the point I'm trying to drive home here is Madam Frances Clark Myers is the legacy of her father, of Mr. John Clark, or Honorable John Clark. Honorable John Clark was a servant leader, and he drilled that same philosophy in his daughter. And now the lady has become the servant of the people. Not only is she the leader of the Delaware Valley chapter, she also serves in different capacities, like a father, in the church, in other women groups and stuff like that. And so Mr. John Clark was a great man. He left, he is gone, but his image in the form of his daughter is still around. We might not see his physical body anymore, but we can see him through his daughter. He's still around with us because the lady is convicted to serve her people like a father did. She can't do all. No leader can do all, but she has vowed to play her part, to do the little that she can to make a difference in the lives of the downtrodden, in the lives of the hoi polloi, the poor people. Those that I saw not too long ago, about 2 weeks approximately, when I was in Liberia, people that I saw that are grappling with a profound poverty. People that I saw that are working barefoot, whereas we have these things around here. Some of us will have the shoes and clothes all over the place. But with children in Liberia, they are working barefoot. The clothes that some of the children wear back home, those are not things for human beings to don. Excuse me, guys. My light keep falling off here. All right, so President Myers has decided to continue and define a history of a father. And so we just want to say this great man, to him and his family, again, may your soul rest in peace. Greet those that went before you. May you ask our ancestors to pour their blessings upon us. Ask our ancestors so that they can give us the wisdom. They can give our leaders wisdom to do the right thing for the people that they lead. May your soul rest in peace. Until we meet again, if that is possible. All right, so that's a little bit of the leader of SINOE County that passed away, Honorable Johnny T. Clark. So if you're joining the platform, I want to say welcome aboard. I'm seeing the president of the Minnesota chapter, Honorable Casey Wiley, to join. Welcome aboard, sir. Mr. Tim Sampson, Robia, how you doing, buddy? Welcome aboard. The president of the Red River Valley chapter, Mr. Otello and Colo, is also following. The N stands for Yonswa. It means in Sapo, God. All right. Or if you say Yonswa, you can also interpret that like it can also be an elder. Yonswa, like older person. You know, so in the Sapo language, God is considered as older, the elder. That's why we respect the elders, because Yonswa is an older person, because the elders, they have wisdom. So, Mr. James Panto, welcome aboard. Gallifali, welcome aboard. Brightness, Dre, Pretty Star, welcome aboard, baby. Yeah, Mr. Cody Morris, the host of the Sapo Nation, welcome aboard. I'm seeing the one Frost, I think it's Junior. Nadia, Mark, welcome aboard, and others that join me while I was talking. If you are joining me from different platforms, welcome aboard. All right, so let's go to the next thing that we want to talk about for our show today. Again, you are free to participate always. All you have to do at the bottom of the screen, you got a number, you can call that number, and you can say one or two things that you want to say. Or better still, if you want to come live, I can send you the link. Just send me the link, comment below. You say I want the link, and I will send the link to you. All right, let's get to the next thing here. I think those of you that follow the media, not birthday greeting stuff, sorry. I just want to do quickly to let you know there's veteran. Oh, no. Getting feedback from my end. Sorry, guys. Let me get to my image here quickly. Where is my image? All right. So if you are a follower of media, those of us in the talk show business, if you don't know the name Larry King, that means you are not following. Larry King was one of the best talk show hosts that you can think of. He had several interviews with world leaders, bright minds around the world, and he passed today at age 87. Give me a second. My light kept falling down here. All right, so Larry King left today. He passed away at age 87. He lived well. He played his part. He did his job well. And he will forever be remembered, especially those in the world of media. Larry King. So, Mr. King, may your soul rest in peace, sir. Some of us in the business, we will follow your legacy. You were a great man. May your soul rest in peace. All right, so that's Larry King. I just wanted to acknowledge that great man, great journalist, great talk show host. One of the best. Let's get to something else yet. But before I do that, I think I will give you a quick commercial here so we can do some little adjustment back here. And I will be right back.
Let me one time for your body, kill it. Man, for your body. Let me one time for your body, kill it. Man, for your body, kill it. Let me one time for your body. The kind of thing I never see. The kind of thing I never hear. The kind of thing where you do for me, yeah. Many, many things. Many, many things in my head, oh. Plenty things. Plenty things on my mind, oh. And I know where to start from, sir. And I know where to take it from. Oh, yeah. You gave me love, you gave me everything. Too much blessing falling over me. Every now and then I'm flying overseas. You gave me money, you gave me everything. Boku, everything that Boku. Let the blessing Boku. Let the money Boku. Boku, Boku, everything that Boku. Boku, Boku, let the money Boku. Boku, Boku, everything that Boku. Boku, Boku, let the money Boku. Oh, shit. I like it in my abasi. I like it in my ear. I like the way how the haters them hating. I like the way how you making them talk. I like the way how they chewing my boom. Nobody can stop to shine, yeah. They can't stop it, no, 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 no. Oh, na, 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 yeah. Every day and night, my mama pray for me. Pray for me so I can be somebody. Just let people then just want to suffer. Get me well. Get me well. Get me well. Just let people get me well. Boku. Everything that Boku. Let the blessing Boku. Let the money Boku. Boku, Boku. Everything that Boku. Boku, Boku. Let the money Boku. Boku, Boku. Everything that Boku. Boku, Boku. Let the money Boku. Oh, na, na, yeah. You took me for nobody. You make me to somebody. Everybody knows my name. I can't believe this thing. I don't deserve a thing, but still you do it for me, yeah. You do it for me, yeah. The kind of thing I never see. The kind of thing I never hear. The kind of thing where you do for me, yeah. Boku, Boku, everything that Boku. Boku, Boku, let the money Boku. Boku, Boku, everything that Boku. Boku, Boku, let the money Boku. Let me one time for your body, kill it. Man, for your body. Let me one time for your body, kill it. Man, for your body, kill it. Let me one time for your body. And I know where to take it from. Oh, yeah. You get me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Voice of SINOE in the Diaspora with Dark Sayapore Esoteric. All right, so now today in the world of sports, we have called that the Wologizi boys decimated the Green Boys of SINOE 2-0. All right. The Wologizi boys decimated the Green Boys of SINOE 2-0. All right, and that's the breaking news from the world of sports today, SINOE County, and these are the Wologizi boys, the Green Boys, SINOE right here, SINOE team. So the LOFA County locked horns today with SINOE County in the national county meet competition, and they met today at Samuel Condor Sports Stadium in Maserati, and they went down. But the interesting thing is, Voice of SINOE, the first lady is from the Wallagizzi Range. I'm from the Green Zone. And so there was a competition today at home. We had this wager, Tabagi and palm butter competition here today. Tabagi said, she said, you know what, those of us that consume Tabagi, we want to make sure that palm butter will be defeated. And so we had the argument, and eventually she won the competition. And so I like to say congratulations to the First Lady of Voice of SINOE. You deserve the victory. I can see my boys, their performance to me was impressive today. And so if you work harder, you get the better results. The Wallagizzi boys, they worked harder, and so they deserve the outcome they got today, so I should give it to them. I'm so glad that the competition that we had at home, it wasn't cash related, it was cash free, and so though I don't have to pay any money. All right, so yeah, the LOFA boys won, and we give it to them. But I must say something here. The defeat of SINOE County. You know, I saw my friends, my fellow SINOEans, they were all over Facebook and rooting for SINOE County. And some people were sending messages around for us to make some little donation to the team, which I don't mind doing. But you see, one of the things that that was repeated, or that is being repeated during this competition, the county meet, is that the tournament is meant to reconcile the people. It's another way to solidify our unity. To understand, it's true, but I think it's cosmetic. We can meet on a sports stadium and have this few 45 or 90 minutes joy, depending on the side you are on. If you are defeated, you go home sad. If you win, you'll be joyous. You will jubilate and go home. Or when you get home, you still be jubilating. But the unity, if we want unity in Liberia, is that something that is maybe 1 year we'll do something about it, or it's something that we have to do. We have to take practical action every day. So I think the so-called unity that the tournament brings is cosmetic. After all, it doesn't unite the people. Because this first thing is, when you go on the soccer field, you got SINOE, for example, when you got LOFA. Those from LOFA, they're rooting for people from, or the players from LOFA, those from SINOE, they root for those for SINOE. How does that unite us? So that by itself is another form of division. Yeah, LOFA, I mean, you got the different regions. So I don't see it as genuine way to reconcile the people. It's a facade. It's a front. It's a way for sure. If you ask me, it's a way for the sport department to make some money. That makes sense to me. But to say, oh, the way to unite the people, I don't see as such. Now, SINOE County, people will be united during these kind of tournaments. SINOE County, as we know, the politicians in the county, not all of them, they divided the population in the county. But on soccer time, when it is soccer competition, they pretend as though the people of SINOE County, they are together. Again, it's a facade. We don't want cosmetic solution to our problem. We want lasting solution, something that will go on and on and on, and not something that will be transitory for a meantime, for a certain time, and then it goes away. So we have SINOE County right now. It's not united because the politicians, we have one specific political character whose goal is to divide the people on travel lines. But then when soccer time, the people, they pretend. They say, oh, it's unity. SINOE County, we are coming together, or Liberia is coming together. These things, they are not genuine. And someone always say it. When we see genuine peace and unity, we can tell. What we have right now is just a charade, momentary stuff. For the meantime, after that particular moment is over, people go back in their different travel cocoons, their different divisional auditoriums. And so someone else, when these tournaments are coming around, we hesitate to participate. Is this something, this exercise, is it going to last, or something that we're just doing it for the meantime? I don't want meantime thing. It's almost like politicians during election time, they want to take what they call quick impact projects, so that the people will be cajoled, so the people will be bamboozled by these things, and then the people will get their votes to them. And that's similar thing they're doing. They say unity. This thing doesn't bring unity. Divide the other counties from the other counties, the other people from the other region to the other region. That's why it's not something that brings peace, or at least lasting peace. So SINOE County is divided. But I see people that going to, oh, we are united, we're supporting our team. Okay, now that the team has been defeated, are we going to remain together? Or after they have beaten the team, because I saw a lot of videos on Facebook, and people were actually leaving the stadium when they were actually leading the guys 2-0. People were leaving because the team was performing dismally, or the performance was dismal. So what is the problem? The question is, because I'm seeing the guys are all over the place, oh, the team is getting maximum support. Is it because of the support that the team was defeated? The team lacked, there was no proper preparation, or the guys did not train properly? What led to the defeat of SINOE County today? 2-0. Well, somebody will say it's a competition and somebody has to win. That is true. But the performance, what the guys were doing today, like when I was a little boy, we used to play free time ball. And like a free time ball, the guys, they couldn't even coordinate. They couldn't hold their own ball. And so I was kind of surprised or confused as to the pomp and pageantry, the hysteria that was on Facebook about SINOE going to win and that. I didn't see what the guys were doing today. It was horrible performance. And we have to look at all aspects. Was it the technical team? They put the wrong guys on the field, or the guys, the technical team, the guys that were training the player, they were not up to task? We got to look at a lot of things. Or we got the wrong guys in the wrong areas. There are a lot of questions we have to be asking today. What led to this kind of massive defeat We are now out of the competition. We want to win. We didn't go in the competition to say, oh, they were trophy. No. We went in the competition to win. So why did we why did the Wologisi boys massively decapitate us electrically? Why? What did we do wrong? Something went wrong. Where the guy overfed, they get a lot of food before the game, or they were in the wrong places prior to the game. What went wrong? We want to know. We saw the superintendent and the other guys, the Pope manager, they gave him massive support. We were also told that the one of the lawmakers, Creighton Duncan, his boss, I mean, the guys, as we were told, they had a lot of support. So what led to their defeat? Something went wrong somewhere. Were they bribed by the other team? Because their performance were horrible. Something we want to know. These are a lot of questions that are surrounding the defeat of Sino County today. Dak Sayopo, they cannot come from the county and they beat us like that. My fiance is here laughing at me all day. We beat the Palm Bottle people. No. I wouldn't allow that to happen next time. But in order to correct what went wrong today, we have to know what happened. We want to know the factors that led to the defeat of Sino County today. How can you be? How can Gizi people be Sayepo? That's a disgrace. Something did not go right. And that's why cosmetic unity is not the way forward. That is why, I mean, you don't come straight forward in a mean or something, sporting event or something good. People already are together. And then after that, they are different people. So we, in the first place, we were not together. Because the lawmakers of our country, at least one of the guys, all he does is fight the other person and fight the other people, and people are divided on travel lines. And then time for Saga again to say, Osano, we are united. We are united people. That's fake. That's fake. To borrow a word from the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, a fake. But we don't want fakeness. So we want to know what went wrong today. We'll carry on the investigation to know what led to Sino County defeat today. All right, now let me get to something else here that we want to talk about. This now brings me to the next talking point here. Now, you see, I was talking about fictitious unity. Fake unity. Sino County, like I told you, has been divided on so many fronts. So let's look at, for example, the youth of Sino County. We have Sino Youth Association. Since last year, July, the organization should have selected a new leader through a democratic process. While the process was going on, again, we have a leader in the county, Senator Milton Tiaje, who was after division in the county. The man inserted himself in the middle of the youth election. And so since last year, Senator Milton Tiaje hired his brother, Maswa Tiaje, to go into the county to get into the youth election. Even though there was no evidence to prove that there was fraud, but because, again, it's tribalism, naked tribalism in the county. Senator Tiaje is a naked tribalist. And so he said the other side, headed by Oliver Clark, is Sapo. And the other side, headed by Terry Pena is crew. And the side headed by Oliver Clark, it has a leverage to win. And Senator Teddy doesn't want that. He's a travelist, naked travelist, divide the people. And so since last year, July, the young people of Sino County, they went to court, Senator Teddy group. They took the whole thing, no fraud, no evidence. They took it to court because the guys see these things as political instrument. They see, Senator Teddy sees the Sino youth as a political instrument. And so he wants to politicize it. So that's one of the teams. That's the terrorist team. So the guys went to court. And up to now, there was no verdict. Because why? Senator Teddy is a travelist, and negative travelers, and Oliver Clark team has the ability, the team has a leverage to win. And so he doesn't want that. He doesn't want that. This team right here, that's this Oliver's team here. So the guy, our senator, jumped in the middle of student of the young people, the election. And now there was no leadership right now covering in Sino County. We are still waiting for the court and to hire his brother, who is a lawyer. So at every level, Sino County is divided. But then they come doing soccer game and say, oh, we are united people. It's fake. That is fake. Fake news. So I want to see people doing these fake things that pisses me off. How is it that the leader, that the people elected to bring them together, to make laws, to represent them, he is consistently dividing the people? So the youth now themselves, they're pretending, time for soccer again, they say, you know what, we are together. But meanwhile, you are still in court in the county. You are in court. Your election is in court. And you go on soccer field and say, we are united. You are inboxing people for support. I don't get any fake stuff. It's fake. And we will say it. This man continues to divide the people of Sino County. And until we realize that this man is harmful to the county, we'll continue to remain in this mess. Total mess. And so this is one of the factors that led to the defeat of Sino today. It's fake. Sino is not united in the first place. How is it that the young people that are on the soccer field, they are not united? They lead their leadership, their organization, no leader. But then he says soccer will bring us together. It's fake. So no verdict up to now, because in the TJ group, they held the young people election hostage. Yes. Everything is politics to the man. Even student election, he would go in the middle of it. Sonny Boy, when you were running for student leadership, Sano or Susu, you fought Sonny Boy. I mean, everywhere. It's about division and division and division in the county. But people running around here with fake attitude when soccer game comes, then they say, oh, unity in Sino County, we support the Green Boys. The Green Boys, meanwhile, the Green Boys are not even united. Maybe if you follow that whole thing, it was travelized. The other one, yeah, you not Sapo or you not crew, and so you shouldn't get in certain, you shouldn't play. I mean, maybe those are some of the things that led to the defeat or the bad performance of the team today. We've got a lot of things to do in that county. All right, so that's the Sino youth. Since last year, the guys are still in court, no results. Perpetually, they are in court. What kind of court case or case cannot end? People are in court 24/7, young people. Because the so-called big hands, they are in the middle of everything. everything on tribal, negative tribalism. So that's no content for you. Until we get our acts together, we'll continue to be defeated. We will continue to see no results, at least positive ones. We'll continue to see the kind of bad result all the time. While other countries are progressing, they are making progress, we'll be at the same point and spinning and gyrating at the same point because we are not together. That's my counter. And we are not going to give on SINOE. We're going to make sure we speak to those things, we take practical actions until the wrong people are removed from power. Because if we keep wrong men, it's like you keep a criminal as a leader. A criminal does criminal things. An ethical man does ethical things. An unethical man does unethical things. It's simple as that. So if you get a thieves, a bunch of thieves, bunch of rogues, we call in Liberia, bunch of rogues are in power, do you want a good result? So that's one of the fundamental problems that Liberia has. But we have not realized that. I mean, we have not realized it. It's there. But we look at it glaring and we are like it doesn't exist. So that's no content for you. Yeah, the youth are not together. The Vero tribes are not together. At least they're trying to, but the politicians, some of the politicians are trying to infiltrate the people for their own political gains, for their own political interests. And we will continue to expose those people. Let's get to the next talking point here. So now this brings me to the question, what is the obligation of the government to the people and the people's obligation to the country? What is the obligation of the government to the people and the people's obligation to the government or to the country? Does the government have an obligation to the people? Yes, it does. And there is a reason why every 6 years in the case of Liberia, the people go to the ballot box. Because when you go into the ballot box, you want a set of people, a group of people to take the leadership gavel of the country, to take the leadership, because when you are a leader, you are leading the people somewhere. You have a destination. You have a vision that you want to implement. And so you come to the people, you say, I can do this job. And what sort of job are we talking about here? Creating the environment. Say, for example, creating an environment for the people to get jobs, employment opportunity. Creating the environment for the people to have access to education. Creating the environment for the people to have access to healthcare, quality healthcare. Creating the opportunity for the people to have access to electricity. Creating the opportunity for the people to have roads. Creating the opportunity for the people to innovate. Creating the opportunity for the people to have clean water to imbibe, to drink. And the list goes on and on. Creating the environment for justice. To borrow a biblical word for the words, I think Prophet Amos, for justice to rain down the waters. So that's part of the obligation of the government to the people. So, but if you have a government that appears as though it has no obligation to the people, then why do people always say that, they normally tend to quote President John F. Kennedy? Ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. All right. before I do what I ought to do for my country, there must be, the government should create the environment for me to do what I ought to do for my country. If the government survives on corruption, they continue to perpetuate corruption in the country. How do you expect me? What do you expect me to do in return for my country? Let's just, for example, I want to go into business, and there is no system of justice that creates fairness. You have a system of justice that fosters corruption, that fosters exploitation of the people. But then you say, ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. I want to do for my country, but my country is not enabling me to do what I ought to do for the country. And so the country, first of all, you elect your lawmakers, and the lawmakers, if you are disabled, for example, how do you get to your lawmaker office, for example? If the mayor is on second or third or fourth floor in the Capitol building in Liberia. Because I went over there was no elevator in the building. So the people got to wait outside when they want to see their lawmaker. So the government is not creating an environment for the people to thrive. The government got to do something also for the people. Regulate the traffic. Let the laws in the country let it be implemented. There shouldn't be certain sort of law for certain people and certain sort of law for certain people. What is the obligation of the government to the people and the people's obligation to the government? The people are there. I mean, like when I was in Liberia the other day, the people are willing, they have the energy, the zest, and the vibe, the energy, everything else to do. But the means is not there. The people are, when they're ready to travel and take their goods to the market or to travel from one point to another, it's the whole struggle by itself because the infrastructure is not there. How do you have a whole country and you don't even have a train track, no railroad, nothing? What is the government's obligation to the people? Does the government of Liberia has an obligation to the people? When vast majority of the people are suffering, they are willing to do, but the environment is not there. You have to know somebody. Somebody has to know somebody before you even get a job. What is the obligation of the government to the people? Still, for example, let me show you this video right here. I have the video that I want to show you. What is the obligation of the government to the people? Let me show you this video. It's a short video. See the guy here, he's visually impaired, and this is how he survives. The little girl texting around and begging. It's sad, man. It's very sad. It's a Monrovia traffic. We got in it this afternoon. We are just crawling. It's not moving right now. It's a heavy traffic around. Getting. See the guy here, he's visually impaired, and this is how he survives. The little girl texting around and begging. It's sad, man. It's very sad. It's a Monrovia traffic. We got in it this afternoon. We are just crawling. So I thought to show you that video, ladies and gentlemen, to see, again, I'm asking the question, what is the government's obligation to the people? When you have a visually impaired man, a blind man basically, and the only way he survives is to be accompanied around. Let me play that video again. See the guy here, he's visually impaired, And this is how he survives. The little girl texting around and begging. It's sad, man. It's very sad. So if you look at that video, there are two things in that video that I see. The first thing, besides the visually impaired or blind guy, if you want to be a non-euphemistic, there's a little girl that is carrying that guy around. The little girl, she's supposed to be in school. Or better yet, she's supposed to be home and doing her homework. But the first thing, when she wakes up in the morning, she has to carry this man around in order to survive herself. Because that's the only way herself get. When you find out on that picture, she's drinking water. So how does she get water? She has to take the man around. So what future is the country creating for that little girl? Before we even go to the guy who has visual impairment, what is the government's obligation to that little girl? Is that what she was born to do? Is that why the government was put in place for her to take a man? See the guy here, he's visually impaired, and this is how he survives. The little girl texting around and begging. It's sad, man. It's very sad. There you have it. So what is the future for that little girl? What future is the country building for that girl? Now we go to the second aspect, the guy. The visually impaired guy, the guy who was blind. What is the government obligation to that guy? Oh, the government is there just for the guys that are empowered to drive fancy cars. And look at the man who does not see to just be walking in the street. The government cannot create a facility where this guy can be, or they can't create some sort of financial scheme, some sort of financial aid every month to give these people. What is the obligation of the government to the people? That's the question. You see, when you empower the people, you went to a school, like the other day I was driving a lot of these schools around here, Villanova, and I have the lady with me in the car, and I saw the brand new buildings they build, and I said, wow, these people build these things so quick. She said, yes. Those are all alumni, their contribution to the school. So in other words, the point I'm trying to make is the people, when you empower the people, they can give back to the country. If you empower the people, the same people will be paying taxes, they will innovate, they will create stuff, and those things will bring resources to the government because they have to pay business taxes, they have to pay the other fees. I mean, so when you empower the people, you are empowering the government and the country. But if you abandon the people, and guess what? When you make the government bigger than the people, you weaken the people. But when you empower the people, you make the government stronger. But we don't see it that way. We abandon these people. See how I said that your citizen or citizens, because there are two in that video. A little guy who could be a president, who could be an engineer, who could be a doctor, and the list goes on. Now, what she does, every morning she wakes up, she has to take that man around to go and beg. And it was Dr. King who said, an edifice that produces more beggars needs restructuring. I said that, I wrote that the other day on Facebook when some people were angry why I said that it was harsh. To the extent that somebody who cannot see will be in the street to beg, the country needs restructuring. Radical restructuring in the country we need. where the people will be treated in affection. Yes. The people have an obligation to the country, and part of it is patriotism, and patriotism comes with a lot. But on the other hand, the government must create the environment. We are not saying the government should do everything for the people, but we want the bare minimum. The roads must be built. I'm not saying any kind of road, quality roads. There should be a scheme to maintain those roads. You cannot run any economy without electricity. The country should have power, whether in the village or in the city. The people must have clean water to drink and to take shower. The people should have, they should be able to feed yourself. You got farms and go and give farmers incentives, those things. But hey, Liberia, we don't know what's going on in that country. And so I'm just asking the question, what is the obligation of the government to the people? And as it is right now, I see it as though the government has no obligation to the people. They want, people will say, the people are lazy, they're doing this, they don't want to find something to do. I want to find something to do, but when if I'm here, I can do maybe in 30 minutes. When I'm back home, I will do it in 2, 3, or 4, 5, or maybe a day. Are you encouraging people to do more? No, you are not. You are making things hard for people. And when you make things hard for people, it deters people. It discourages people. And people don't want to come in that area. So you have to create an environment for the people to do stuff for themselves. Over here, the people in the US, they don't rely on the government too much. Because if you get on the internet right now, you apply for a job, you're going to get it. So why are you going to be wasting your time in government? And the guys are doing their job too. But it's not like that back home. It's not. All right, let's get to the next thing here. That was a question that I wanted to explore a little bit. Now, that also is linked to this right here. The spokesperson of legislative staffers, Charles Brown, embarrasses Senate Pro-Tem ARCHIE and his fellow legislative crooks. Oh yes, I use the word crooks. And you will know why I said that. So this one, I want to play a couple of videos here for you. These videos are embarrassing to the country. Very embarrassing. Let's play this first one.
I'm going to do it. I got no fear, I got no regret because this thing is long overdue. Why would ARCHIE let the best Nigerian land and Starbucks and the legislative community suffer? We are advocating for our church benefit. 72 months. You spoke to all the content and you told us that you are going to talk to us today. And the day we agreed to the meeting today when the king decided to intimidate us by saying the personal Starbucks should not go in the meeting. They are going to deal with the same kind of and the meeting was being joined. Even the Starbucks, senators that they now returned. What happened to the money that they went for? Those money to resettle them. So as I speak, I don't value anything called life now.
Joshua, how long are you going to stay here?
As long as ARCHIE will not speak to the issue of our money, I will remain here up to tomorrow.
I thought you were called to a meeting today. Josh, how long are you going to be here?
Up to tomorrow, up to the annual matches. So we thought we are being the father of this country to issue intervene about the issue of our Labrador company that have been taken from us over the years illegally.
You are the leader here. If you are doing this, what's the message you send? Is it that you are being radicalized by a chief PONPON?
It demonstrates leadership. It demonstrates architecture. It demonstrates that the leader is being the leader and the spokesperson of the Liberia Senate. can lie down on our checker, meaning we are tired, we have made all necessary offensive effort so that the leadership of the Liberia can address our issue. They have acknowledged that they owe us. Yesterday, the Liberia never mandated the protest. So our meeting today, we have come to strongly in the meeting. So I will take the lead to sacrifice my life so that the Stable and the Liberia can survive.
How much are we talking about? How much are you talking about? In cents and dollars, how much?
You're talking close to 1 million annually. Because the Liberia company was not 1 million annually.
How long?
Since 2019, fiscal budget year from 2019 to that of 2020 fiscal year to 2021. After the process of the budget, there was an act, the act that accompanied the harmonization. We were being told by the vice president that the legislature would never harmonize. We are being told by the director of harmonization and that of CSA that the legislature would not harmonize. Monday meeting, the president was brave to contradict himself as saying it was the former minister that cut up the 1 million annually for senators' salary, the Brown's salary, and the staff's salary.
Mr. Ramos.
I've been told the oversight responsibility.
Mr. Ramos. Mr. Ramos, do you think that is the right course of action? Oh, Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, do you think that is the right course of action?
You want water? You want water? You want water?
Security officials here at the Liberian Senate are negotiating with Charles Brown to get up.
The final minister was the one that cut the money. Why are we going to go?
All right, so that's Charles Brown. You see, and we just explored the question, what is the government's obligation to the people? The legislative staff headed by Charles Brown. If you listen to the guy is literally frustrated. And I would too. I mean, how is it that, you see, the way you measure a good leader, or one of the ways you measure a good leader, is the way the leader treats the people around him or her. Even not only leader, the parents, whatever capacity you serve in, the way you treat the people around you can give any bystander or onlooker or newcomer of a perspective of who you are. So the way the leaders of the Liberia Senate, headed by ARCHIE, the way they treat their staffers, it tells you what kind of leaders you have in the country. Yes. It tells you, it speaks volume to the caliber of leader, the kind of leaders you have in your country. You treat the people that work with you like that for 17 months. Imagine you don't pay somebody for 17 months. Or let's say it's an arrears. 17 months. It's sad. Excuse me, the thing keep falling off. 17 months? You don't pay somebody? How do you want this person to survive? Do you want this person to just work without pay? It's a 1 year plus. 17 months. 17 months, you know. I mean, how do guys keep going to work? And we don't see the lawmakers themselves When the last time you see the lawmakers, they agitating? They will not agitate because they get their pay. When the last time you saw the ministers from the various ministries, they congregating in the street because they get their pay. But you know, the guys that really do the job, they're staffers. The guys that really do the job, those guys that want to go there to talk and not do the staffers are the ones that really do the job, but then they are not paying the guys. So it speaks volume. It tells you what kind of leaders you have in your country. It tells you a lot. To the point where young people will be frustrated. I mean, why is it that people always have to agitate for their just compensation? The man works for it, or the people work for whatever they are not begging you. That's what they work for. It's all in the country. You tell them how much you're going to pay them. But when time comes to pay them, you don't pay them. Meanwhile, where are you getting the money from to pay yourself, but you don't pay the people that serve you? Think about it. Somebody serves you, somebody works for you, but you don't cater to the person. But then you turn around and say, oh, let's summon the other person. That comes, somebody is not doing something right, you summon the person to come answer a question before you. But meanwhile, you yourself, you are not treating your employees correctly. But then you say, oh, I have the statutory or whatever constitutional mandate to come and question people. Okay, who questions the questioner? He has to be questioned too, the lawmakers, the very leaders. They got to be questioned as well. So is Liberia? Liberia has a lot of problems. And the young people got to stand up for themselves. Those crooks, they just use people, children. And then you have to fight. Imagine somebody the guys have to literally lie down on the Senate pro-temp ARCHIE's vehicle in order for them to give them attention. It's serious. It says a lot about it. Just makes everything clear who those guys are. They don't care. They only care for themselves. And then the other video here. Let me see. Let me get the other video here too. Hopefully the audio will be good.
There was a series of negotiations between the IMF and the legislature. It was very difficult even for us to agree, number one, that it should cut down the salary of every government official, including the senators and the representatives and the staffers, temp workers and everything. Considering that it was a general policy that they brought in, that it affected the health workers, it affected the security system, and everybody. So we were forced to accept it, we were constrained to accept it because we saw it apply in the other ministries, in other section of government, so that's how we accepted that. My question is, was the $1 million annually
the legal instrument sent to the Ministry of Finance, where that money is inserted.
It's not possible because everyone has inserted and she cut it down.
So meaning you didn't put it in. No. Then why see Finance Minister to be here? Why see Finance Minister to be here?
Mr. Brown, I'm sure you have to know about budget as well. The budget proposal, the budget proposal is made by Ministry of Finance. When it comes to us, we look at it and we pass it. So when it went back to Finance Ministry with their proposal, it didn't come with that. It didn't come with the funds. They didn't send it. You know, that money was not there when Finance didn't send it. So when it went back, we didn't put it back as well.
All right. Then if I'm oversight comes, right? And then another thing I want to say. The Humanization Act. There was an act that accomplished the humanization, meaning passed by the legislature. In that act, there's a clause that says members of the legislature. Did it say staff? Took 33% to save us. The Humanization Act, 33% cut of all the benefits to save us. Meaning, we shouldn't be humanized. Point one. Point two, the Humanization Act set a standard. That standard is, if I'm an assistant director and another assistant director makes more than me, brings us an equilibrium. The second thing, from 500 below should not be touched. But the maintenance, they made $185. Then they made $16,000 Liberian dollars. In my mind, you should have contracted that Liberian dollar component and add to the 185. If they don't reach the benchmark of 500 above, don't touch it. That's the interpretation of the document. But instead, that 16,000 is what we're talking about. You took it. So you contradict the act of the humanization.
Okay, so
Now,
I have a question.
the way forward now,
How we discuss the same thing?
the way forward is a process.
Let me say something for you. Okay. Because you asked me the same question when I came the last time. So I want to ask our co-chair on the budget. What he told me is that what you are referring to, less than $500, is for only the US dollar component. That's what he told me. That's why in the legislature, the US dollar component was not affected at all. Unlike, for example, the judiciary that affected the US dollar component. So what we're struggling for, it was the US dollar component that had a problem. I don't know what he told me.
One of the things we do, we check in. The law, from 500 below, don't touch. We got salary legitimately by law. You pass it. Then you give it to us for a year. It's by law. You make law. From 500 down, don't touch. The interpretation of that document is, they can make it 185 with 16,000 Liberian dollars on Friday. Add it to that 185. If I don't reach 500 above, don't touch it. Let the COSs. They make 600 above. You confront their Liberian dollar and add it to that US. They reach a benchmark for harmonization, the Common Act. That should have been the method used. So, saying you're in two-way, it's a protein.
All right. So if you look at that video, it was a total embarrassment for ARCHIE and his colleagues. It was a total embarrassment. The guy literally, like Charles Brown was the lawmaker because he's literally educating ARCHIE and his colleagues about the law. He was lecturing those guys. And then the initial question he asked, the guy was ARCHIE was literally blank. He was lost. He didn't know how to answer the question. He looking all over the place and seeking help. That's what the crooks do. The guys are crooks. They dupe these guys. The guys work hard. The staff work hard, give the man their money. But he want to play tricks on them so he can eat their money, steal their money. See how embarrassed he was. Even the gentleman that came to his rescue, he didn't answer the question. The guy said, no, that wasn't my question. You did not answer the question. See? So the leaders, they define who you are. The leaders of a country, they give other people an idea what the country is. To the point where the staffer will be lecturing on the law. Who should be harmonized? And what level should you be in order to... The guy was actually schooling the lawmakers. Excuse me, guys. Your staffers. You see, I was telling you earlier, right? The staffers do the major work. And because the guys do the work, they know the law better than the lawmakers. They work on those documents. So the guy knew the law. See, that's Liberia for you. You work 17 months. You don't want to pay. And I don't blame, some to understand, so I'll say, I'm not, but you got to take the blame. You see, and that's why my county, Sino County, I always reference that county until we have the right people. If you have Senator Teje on the committee, anything that you have Senator Teje on, it will be corruption, bunch of crooks, because Senator Teje is a crook. And so how is it that you have the man on the committee, on the team, and the man is on record and saying corruption, I get it. And then you think you'll be getting your money? The man is a crook. He told you that I'm corrupt. Senator Teje was clear. He's on fire. Just go on YouTube and just go for Senator Teje. He said corruption, I get it. And you expect the man to pay you on time or any time? He doesn't care. Those guys don't care. Until you pressure them, that's the only way. Otherwise, you'll be sitting around, your children will be starving. You'll say you'll be starving. Your children will not be in school. Their children will be in school. Everything that they want, they will get it. You, the people that's serving them, you'll be suffering. You have to lie down on the ground and stop the vehicles from moving before they can pay attention to you. See how embarrassed those guys were. They were embarrassed totally. They don't know. CHIE was, CHIE, the Senate pro-tempore, he was confused. He didn't know what to do. He was looking everywhere, from Yombly Kanka Lawrence to the other one. He's seeking help because it's all about putting money in their pockets. They don't care for the little man. And that's why you, the people, should elect honorable people. Because when you say honorable, that's somebody that has integrity, that has ethics, somebody that when you say, oh, that person, people will say yes. But if you get somebody, your leader, and the person say corruption, but I get it. And then you wake up, you start crying, the man not pay me, I'll get paid for 17 months. Because you get crook. You elect a crook. And anyway, I don't blame those starvers. Didn't he elect Senator Teje? The people of Sino County elected the likes of Teje. Crook. The man is a living crook, and you put him on the committee now has to do with money. You think you'll get paid in time or on time? Just forget your own. Keep fighting. Until you get the right leaders in Liberia, you'll continue to suffer. Leaders, if you read Greg Mill's book, Why Africa is Poor and What Africans Can Do About It, he said, poverty, right? He's saying about poverty is a choice right now. It's a choice that the people, the leaders make for the people. The decisions the leaders make those decisions will either take the people from poverty or will keep the people in poverty. And so the leaders that you have right now, they make decisions that are not in your interest, and that's why you are in poverty. But until you get the right people in the power structure of that country, forget it. Imagine the man, ARCHIE doesn't know what you are saying. The man said no, from $500 once the benchmark is $500. Anything below $500 or from $500 up, you can't harmonize it. The man got to literally school the man. They call himself a lawmaker. All right, I just wanted to show you some of those the nonsense that's going on in that country. The people don't care for their own people. Only their pockets. Only their pockets. Now let's talk about the bill sponsored by Thomas Fallah, Representative Thomas Fallah. You know, Representative Senator Fallah was recently defeated by Darius DeLong. But I think the bill, I listened to a couple of people, they talk about that bill. Some people say it's bad, you know, some guys, especially those that are looking at it from the opposition perspective. But I think the bill sponsored by, or if you let profit, by Representative Senator Fallah, it's a good bill. It is a good bill. And why is a good bill? Well, I think one of the ways to empowering the people in the country is to educate the people. One of the ways to empowering the people in Liberia is to educate them. Take, for example, Charles Brown. If Charles Brown never had some sort of education, the guys would have bamboozled him. They would have used all those frivolous arguments and all those impudent, weak arguments to fool the guys. But Charles went to school so he could tell a fake argument or fake explanation from a real one. He could see through. If somebody taking a detour from a question, he could tell. And so Charles embarrassed those guys. And so education is very important. And so Thomas Fallah bill to make public universities and colleges in the country tuition free is a good step in the right direction. It's a good step in the right direction. And it is also in keeping with the Constitution of Liberia. Because the Constitution of Liberia provides, if you read article, I get a Constitution with me, by the way, right here in my hand, the Constitution of Liberia. So let's look at Article 6 of the Liberian Constitution, the 1986 Constitution. And Article 6 of that Constitution, it says, the Republic shall, because of the vital role assigned to the individual citizen under this Constitution for the social, economic, and political well-being of Liberia, provide equal access to educational opportunities and facilities for all citizens to the extent of available resources. Okay, I'm going to read that again. Thomas Fallah bill to make colleges and universities in the country tuition free is in keeping with the Constitution, and it is also in the right direction. So I want to read Article 6 of the 1986 Constitution of Liberia. The Republic shall, because of the vital role assigned to the individual, come this way. Because of the vital role assigned to the individual. The individual citizen has or plays a very important role in the country. And so the people say, you know what? Given the role that the people play, the vital role assigned to them, it's a vital. The republic shall, because of the vital role assigned to the individual citizen. So they saying, they don't say not vital. They say when something is vital, is very important. The citizen, they played a major role in the country. So the Constitution is saying, the republic shall, because of the vital role assigned to the individual citizen under this Constitution for the social, economic, and political well-being of Liberia, provide equal access to educational opportunities and facilities for all citizens to the extent of available resources. Okay, to the extent of available resources, they might not have all the resources to help everybody, but to the extent that they have what they have, they use that to help the people out. Okay, and they say all, they didn't say some, all citizens. And here is the crucial line. That same paragraph goes on. They say emphasis shall be placed on the mass education of the Liberian people. And listen to this. And the elimination of illiteracy. Okay? That couldn't be more clearer. Emphasis shall be placed on the mass. When I say mass, a large number of people should be educated. Mass education of the Liberian people and the elimination of illiteracy. Okay, illiteracy, they want to eliminate it. If you eliminate something, it's not that means everybody in the country should be educated formally. And the bill of Thomas Fallah is asking, or is in keeping with this constitutional provision. Because as it is right now, somebody will say, you know, about tuition, we got tuition-free colleges and universities in the country already. But it is not by law. Judge Weah, as a president, he said, you know what? He using his power as a president to offer those that cannot afford, those children in the slums communities, to have access to advanced education. And so he issued a presidential fiat, if you like, or injunction. And that's what we have currently in the country. But Thomas Fallah is saying, no, this has to be put into law so that when Judge Weah leaves, it will not be something that will only be under Judge Weah. When Judge Weah leaves, this will continue. The next president comes, that will also continue. Somebody was, I'm hearing some people were talking about, oh, this is a political move for Thomas Fallah because by 2023, some children will be eligible to vote, and those are the people he appealing to. Okay, the politics aside, that's a valid political argument. But look at what this bill will produce when it is enacted into law, when it is made law in the country. When it is made law in the country. All right? 1 second, guys. You guys are making a lot of, I'm still on. You guys, you disturb me. Everybody, yeah, baby. So Thomas Fallah bill is a good bill. I love it. And hopefully people will buy into it. It makes sense. Those are the things that we need in the country. I mean, even though there are other things surrounding and people will say, oh, you know, having free tuition. I mean, there's some of those bogus argument people make. Oh, America does not give free, America that has all the resources, she does not give free education. And so Liberia should not do it. What kind of nonsense argument is that? Because America does not do it, so you shouldn't give your people free education, even though you and America you are not on the same level. America has a lot of educated people, You know why America does not give, America wants to do it, but it because of the politics. The politicians, the other guys on the other side, they don't want it. The other people on the other side, they want it. But one of the reasons why America is not doing this is because America has a lot of programs that you can go to school. They got the student loan program where you can get the Pell Grant. Grant is another thing. Grant, that's money that they give you to go to school that you don't have to pay for. Then the student loan, they got the Salome and the Fannie Mae, all that Salome stuff. Those are they got different opportunities they provided for here, or they provide for the people to go to seek education. Do you have the programs in Liberia? Do you have student loans, national student loan scheme where everybody can apply and they get it without discrimination? You don't have that. And so when somebody say, okay, that gave you free education to the people, and you say, you know what, America is not doing this, so why you that are struggling, you should do it. You have to be separate from America. Other countries are not on the same level, like Cuba, for example. They are not on the same level where America, but they provide a free education to the people. So when people America is not doing it, so we shouldn't do it, those arguments don't make sense. You have to devise your own scheme, your own programs that will work unique for your people, and don't always reference other people. Let people reference you, do it, and let that thing improve the life of your people or the lives of the people. And then let people reference you to and say, oh, the Liberians, they did this and it worked for them. But every time you want to reference other people, and that's our problem. And like we don't think for ourselves. So we want the program is a good program, because people say, oh, Tomo Fala wants election. Okay, he wants to get people vote. It could be the case, but then look at the long-term impact of the program, of this bill. When Tomo Fala leaves, when he put into law, it will be something that will be continuous. It will be there in the country. As long as the country will be existing until they change that law. Okay, so but once they do not change that, every generation, every group of people with Tomo Fala leaves power, it will still benefit the people. Even the opposition children will benefit from that program. They wouldn't say because you have opposition, so when you want to you register at any college or public college in the country, you will not get it. No, it will benefit everybody. So those are the programs we need in the country. It got some issues around there. That's why we need the issue corruption, because the students, the other day I saw this video where they're agitating for the increment of fees and all those things. Those are different things, but this is a very good bill. And I want to applaud Thomas Father for providing that bill. Because as it is right now, when Judge Villa leaves, you will not get free education in the country anymore. No free community college education, no university free education. You will be on your own. And Thomas Father is saying, no. When Judge Villa leaves, let our children continue to get education. Whoever will come, that will be law. They will be under the law. They'll be binding by law to do that. But as it is right now, Joia leaves, you are not on an obligation to implement that. And those who are doing well, they can afford to send their children out of the country to get the best education. Or how about the Omar from Bongo Jde, from Pelokin, Vubadi, from Grand Jide Bazon, from Lokatuo in Nima County, from Zozo in LOFA County, and we can go on. How about those people, the children? So this is a patriotic bill that is in the interest of the people. You can put in the politics and all of that, but we are looking at the long-term impact or result of this bill when it passes into law. And so I want to say congratulations to Thomas Fala for that bill. I think Darius DeLong will support it, because these are things he has been talking about. And so Senator will support it when it goes there for the Senate approval. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think these are the things I have today for today's discussion. Okay, the last thing here, before I let you go, is this one right here. I want to talk about this quickly before I leave. This picture this picture right here. Let me get to that picture and then I will call it a day. Where's my image here? I'll put the image somewhere here. Where's my image? It was downloaded. Guys, I'm sorry. I got okay right here. All right, this is the image I'm asking about. A picture is worth 1,000 words. What is your interpretation of this image? I mean, I saw this image that was published by the manager of SINOE County, Alex Noah, and I just thought pictures, they send message to people. They got some message, hidden message beyond that. So the message is what, I mean, the question I'm asking, what is the interpretation? If you were asked to interpret this picture, how would you interpret it? Okay, for example, if you want to take a spiritual dimension, you say there's a Trinity here. 3 persons on it. Father and 2 sons. Let's just say, but that's one way you see 3 persons on it. 2 are younger and the other person is advanced in age. I mean, you can look at all the details around it in that area, the drip or the curtain, the other people they get the hand, 2 persons get their hands in their pockets and stuff like that. Okay, you can make that analysis, but the major thing is what message, if you ask me, is 2023 is coming on. And I think 2023, we have been hearing allegations and news around, rumors, if you like, that people that want to contest. When I in Liberia the other day, people, Mr. Kai Jelly, for example, made a pronouncement that he's contesting in 2023. And so people are reaching out to Honorable Zaza because he's the political kingmaker of electoral district number 3, SINOE County. And so Mr. Zaza, a lot of people are going to him. We have been hearing that Alex Noah wants to contest. And so this could be a political advice, political outreach to get the support of Mr. Zaza. We can negate that fact. It's possible. And so that's what I'm seeing in this picture. This picture, it has a political undertone. Alex Noah could be reaching out to Mr. Zaza to get his blessings. And I told you guys before, the person who gets Mr. Zaza's blessing in electoral district number 3, SINOE County, will be elected by the people, because Mr. Zaza is the political kingmaker in electoral district number 3, SINOE County. And so if Noah is reaching out, if this, what I'm thinking is the case, if this is a move, reaching out to Mr. Zaza to get his support, that would be a good move. That's what you're supposed to do. Reach out to the political Gandhi, the liberator of the people of SINOE County. That's the kind of people you got to get around if you want to get certain things achieved. If you want to get certain things done, you have to reach to the right people. And so, Noah is making a right move. Getting to Mr. Zaza is a good move if he wants to run. And I'm told reliably he has ambition to contest 2023. Now, the big question is, will he get the support of Mr. Zaza? That's another question. Will he get will Noah get the blessing of Mr. Zaza? That is a total different question that I cannot answer. Ultimately, the final decision will be made by Mr. Zaza, who he thinks will be right for the district, who he think would be the right person to continue his legacy. So let's see how it plays out 2023. But this picture, the political undertone is not just a regular picture. Something is beneath the picture. For the poor manager to leave his house and go to Mr. Zaza's office, something must be beyond it. You know, a lizard does not jump from the top of the okra tree for nothing. Chinua Achebe would say. Something must have happened for the okra or for the lizard to jump from the top of the okra tree. Sonny Boy Noah did not just go to the Mr. Zaza's office for no reason. There should be something behind it. And he has a political motive. We'll tell you. Tell me, keep the video. You will say, Dr. Yopode, you are a sage. You are a soothsayer. You are a good prognosticator. I can predict what will happen in the land of politics because we understand the political terrain. Sonny Boy Noah did not just visit Mr. Zaza just for the sake of it. There is something underneath it. And that will come out in no time. Sooner rather than later, the real story will come out. And we'll reveal it to you on Sino Forum or on the Voice of Sino in the Diaspora. We'll give you what the visit is about. The consummation, the final stage of the visit will come out. The final result will come out later. And you see, Dr. Yopode, you are right. You are indeed the sage of Sino County. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you for joining me for the night. We want to call it a night. Thank you always for joining the show to get the latest news, topics, trending issues from Liberia, with emphasis on the Sino County. Let me see here. Let me get you to something before I let you go. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out for the night. Thank you so much. And we will be going to the mat tonight again to support President Francis Clamayas in these difficult times. So I'll play Pato.
Some people in the area, they not let man bend it. Some people in the market, they not let man bend it. Some men in the office, they not let man bend it. Some people in the club, they not let man bend it. But how we boy running? Dream my leg on running. Someone say running. Enjoy my say running. How we dancing running. Ride my car running. Go to the club running. I will come and shine running. Oh, he running. Enjoy my say running. Be the tate running. Wap, he running. Some people fair, but me are happy. Drinking liquor, I'm happy.
Yeah, some people vexed, but I'm happy. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk to you another time and enjoy your weekend.